All right, everybody, welcome back to the Healthy Living Scottsdale Podcast. I'm your host today, Coach Jolie, and I'm joined today with Coach Brande, and we're diving into something awesome.
Yes. I'm so excited to talk about this, Jolie.
Guys, we've been wanting to make an episode on this for a while, but we're getting the finishing touches on everything. But before we dive into today's topic, we want to give a shout out to a member of the week. And this week, we want to shout out Allie Holliger. We were just, Brande and
Allie
I
H.
were just laughing because Allie she's just an awesome person. She has been here. She's a longtime member. She's been here about 10 years.
Yes.
And we were just joking because we're like, we don't know how to actually pronounce her last name.
I just know her as OG Allie. I think that's how she introduced herself
Yeah.
the first time I came out on the training floor and trained her. Yeah. She's like, I've been here forever.
Yeah. Yeah, she's consistent with her workouts. She's been super consistent with her weekly stretch therapy session. She's had a lot of just things kind of coming up in her life lately that have made it harder to get to the gym, but she's still been prioritizing her health and just, she really sees us as a community here, and we love having her, and just wanted to give her a shout out because she's been just working so hard at everything lately.
Yes, Allie, you are incredible. I think she's been one of the most consistent people. Like I've almost been here for 5 years, and in my tenure here, like she's been one of the most consistent people. Like my 4 o'clock, I can count on her to be there. She trains hard. She is so great about, when we have new people come in and, if they feel uncomfortable, and just making people feel comfortable. If I'm working with another client and she happens to see like someone standing around, she'll make conversation with them, or like, hey, I can spot you if you need a spot. She's incredible. And she's just a joy to have in the gym. And Allie, you are awesome.
We love having you here. Yes. Way to go. Keep it up. Amazing. Okay. So today's episode, I don't even know where to fully begin because I feel like we're both so amped about this.
Yeah.
Guys, we're chatting about nutrition today, and we're talking about nutrition.
Yes.
Because we are launching our first 12-week group coaching program.
Yes. Woohoo. I'm so excited. And it is more than nutrition. It's like complete transformation over a 12-week period. Yes, it has a deep dive focus on nutrition, but it's other things as well.
Right.
Really focusing on small habits that compounded over time are really life-changing.
Right. And this exactly as you're saying, transformation, overall healthy daily habits, and just building consistency and routine over time. And
Yes.
This is something where people have kind of come to us over the years with like wanting help and guidance with nutrition. They're getting their workouts in, they're building consistency. But overall, they're like, I need support, and I want the community aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And, Brande and I were all just putting our heads together of like, okay, let's create something that's going to be super impactful and that's going to stand out for people to create that long lasting change. And we created something.
Yes.
Called S.H.I.F.T.
Yes. S.H.I.F.T. And that stands for systems, habits, identity, focus, and transformation. And really all of those things together, we focus on systems, like developing systems in your life around healthy habits that will crowd out the habits that maybe are no longer serving you. It's about creating this new identity and envisioning yourself as the person that you want to be, then really focusing in on those systems and those habits. And by doing that, you will transform.
Amazing. I love that. And I think it's something where, again, those habits are, people don't realize where systems are built. Systems beat motivation every time is something that we've discussed time and time again, right? It's like, okay, motivation, it's an emotion, and it's something that everyone feels. It's like, I'm going to start the workout program. I'm going to start the diet. Everything's going to just fall into place. And then you get excited and motivated to start. And then that motivation, because it's an emotion, kind of dies off and fades away. And if the systems aren't in place for you to succeed, then
you're not going to stick with it.
You're not going to stick with it, right? And so this program S.H.I.F.T, a big component is like, okay, let's take a look at the systems in just your daily life and really breaking them down. And I think we've created something that's going to be amazing in regards to just helping you break down, okay, like what are the things that you need to do in your daily life that are going to help you just progress and have that transformation. And really Brandy is the brains behind this and like the week to week breakdown, right? But we were going through just everything to make sure like, okay, this is going to be something that's worth worth the time and the energy that people want to
Yeah.
put into it to like make lasting change,
Yeah.
right?
Honestly, it's really the system that has worked for me. And, I've tried different things, so many things in the past, and I've talked with men and women who have tried, different diets. They've tried different programs, and usually it's like a 30-day, like do everything all at once, very overwhelming. You don't really have support, and you may make some small there may be some small changes at the end of that 30 days, but it's not sustainable, lasting change. And I think that's what I really love about the S.H.I.F.T program is these new, systems that you put in place and these habits that you develop. These are things that will be sustainable for the rest of your life. They're systems that will be in place that aren't going to end after 30 days. They won't end after the 12 weeks. Like, yes, it's a 12-week program, but these systems and habits will be yours. You're developing them and you're keeping them, and they're going to be part of your life and this new identity that you're creating. And it really does work. In fact, I think it's without systems and changing your habits, nothing else really works.
Right.
And I think it's going to be very helpful to have the support of the community. So we are going to hold weekly meetings where we invite the community to come at Legacy to come together. It'll be like a 1 hour meetup where, we talk about the topic for that week. We work on building those habits, and those meetings will also be filmed and shared over Zoom. So if for some reason you have to miss a week, you're not going to actually miss that week. That information will be available to you. We're going to have a workbook that people will use and fill out and complete, and that will help to keep them accountable. And then the great thing about the community aspect is you're going to get to know other people at Legacy that are going through this process alongside of you. And so you can bounce ideas off of each other. You can share wins with each other. You can share challenges with each other, and I think that support from, not only from the coaches at Legacy, but from other members that are going through the same thing, that's really powerful.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that so much good information. Gosh, I don't even know where to start. But I think both of us have done one-on-one coaching with people in the past, and in terms of like nutrition and habits, right? And I think something super powerful is those meetings where you're having that face-to-face time or that virtual time where
Yes.
there's time for questions, reflection, learning, and you're really just honing in on what you're doing. And that's even more powerful and beneficial with a community because 9 times out of 10, if you're in a room with 10 other people, you ask a question, 8 other people have the same question, but they're not
Yes.
asking it, right? And so there's such power in community that I think we've just been noticing so much over the past year, especially here, that we really wanted to make sure we were creating something that was going to help exude more of that community feel, but also
Yes.
help you get healthier along the way, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. And it will do both of those things. And, it's very powerful when you have people come together working toward the same goals.
yeah,
And, one person may not have all of the answers, but if you can share with each other and brainstorm with each other, and I think, most of the time when I sit down and talk with someone about nutrition, they know what they should be doing. Um, should be eating vegetables, should be making sure they get their protein in, but it's the how
hmm,
to do that. That's where the challenge lies. It's like, okay, I know I need to do this, but I don't know how to do it and how to make it work in my busy life. And, we will help you create those habits and those systems so that you will know how to implement these habits and you will know what systems to create that will help support you reach your goal. And it's also really important to understand that we're not expecting everyone to be perfect. And you don't have to be 100% perfect. This is about real life and how having these systems in place, even on busy days, when stuff comes up, when life gets hard, if you have these systems to fall back on, it just makes it that much easier to make it happen, to reach your goals, when you know that you have a reliable system that you don't even have to think about anymore because it's just become part of your daily routine.
I love that. Exactly. Because I'm sure people are listening to this and they're like, I've done group coaching before, I've done nutrition coaching before, like habits, just like I've
Yes.
tried all the things, like how is this going to be different,
Yeah.
right? And I think you hit the nail on the head with, this is not built for you to be perfect. Like it's built for the days that aren't perfect and
Right.
how you're treating those days.
Yes.
Right. And so I think that that's something that people can really look forward to in terms of coming to these meetings or listening to these recordings, being part of this community of Shift that we're starting in June, because it's something where so many people are striving for this like image of perfection with their habits and their health, but they don't even really fully know what perfection, like they're not actually striving for perfection,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah.
striving for what's going to work for them, but they don't even know what that is yet.
Right.
And
Right.
this is where you can find that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about, trying different things, seeing what works for you. What works for me may not work for you, and that's okay. If you have a day that's off, that's okay. We'll just get right back into it the next day and move on and fall back right into that routine that's working for you. So I'm really, really excited about it. I think it will be transformational for people. I know that, this style or this type of program has something that has worked for me. And, I did it not even really thinking about a program that I was doing, but just developed these routines, these habits, these systems in my own life that has completely transformed.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like the pillars that are going to like
Yeah.
hold you up when life around you is maybe not as perfect or things are just
Yeah.
starting to waver a little bit. It's things that you can come back to as things that are going to like hold you up. And then when you need that extra support, there are people around you for it. And
Right.
it's something, just like you said, it's not 12 weeks and then you're completely done. These are things that you're going to help implement for your life. Right.
Yes.
So, what would you say would be the biggest things for people like looking, so, like someone's wanting to build healthy habits, or like why should they join Shift?
Yeah. So I think if you're frustrated, you're working out at the gym, you're maybe seeing some results, but not the results that you're hoping to see. You're struggling, whether it's, losing weight, gaining muscle, you're tired all the time, you don't feel like yourself, you're dealing with hormone issues, um, aren't sure. There's so much information out there about nutrition and you feel overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. You've tried diets before and they failed you, and you feel like you're starting over again every single Monday. This program is for you. We're going to change that so that that isn't kind of this cycle that you continue to be in. We're going to get you out of that cycle, develop your habits, your systems, and transform your life. And I know that it can do that. I've seen it happen, and I'm excited for anyone who's interested in joining us. We're kicking off June 1st.
Yeah. Mic drop. I feel like that was just like, that was powerful, because I think too, something that we briefly touched on, but Brandy's been there, guys. Like you've been there. You've gone through a lot of these things
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, I feel like I'm restarting every Monday. Like there's so
Yes.
many components, especially like hormonal, like there's so many things that happen that I think people are always they're looking for the next thing. And I think what makes this program different is it's not like, we're not telling you to take all these supplements. We're asking
Right.
you to like work with what you've got and build
Yes.
upon it. And it's absolutely doable with
Yeah.
your diet, your nutrition, your workout consistency, just having community, things that are within reach. Like it's attainable to you. So
Yeah. And they're not overwhelming things either. They're small habits that we'll build on each week, that is not going to completely overwhelm you. And these are habits that are known to be high impact habits, so that once you implement these, you will see the benefits from adding these systems and these habits into your life.
Yes, I'm so excited for this. I
Me
think
too.
it's going to be so great for so many of our members. So we're starting this on June 1st, and we do have limited spots for it.
Yep.
It's not going to be a massive, massive group. We're
Right.
keeping this very limited. We still want it to be tight knit.
Yes.
So
We want the community feel, but also want everyone to feel like they're being heard. They can share what they need to share. They're getting that individual coaching experience along with the community.
right, exactly. Yeah, we don't want your voice to feel like it's getting lost or
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
You're still getting your coaching. And just as Brande was saying, like, you don't have to wait for the next Monday. You don't have to wait for January 1st of 2027 to start. It's June 1st of
That's
this year.
right.
Yeah, our first round of this is going to be June 1st. We're so excited about it. And then if you are a member and you're listening and you're interested, you're like, I want more information on this. How can I sign up? What does it entail? Just come to me, come to Brande, just ask your coach about it. We'll make sure that you get all the information you need. We'll set up some time to chat, and we'll make sure that we get you squared away and set up.
Yes. And because it is limited, let us know if you are interested, and we will be happy to add you to the list.
Yes, I'm super pumped about this.
Me too.
Anything we're missing? Anything that we forgot?
I think we covered it. I'm just really excited. It's going to be transformational.
Yes. Boom. I'm excited.
Let's go.
Awesome.
You're not going to want to miss it. So if you're thinking about it, let us know.
Awesome. I'm super pumped. All right, guys. I think that's it for this week. S.H.I.F.T starting June 1st. Reach out to me, reach out to Brande, and we will be back next week with more great stuff.